All right, first and foremost, give all praise to you. How about Shemi al-Shabrak and give a sincere greeting to the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners, teaching this word with sincerity and charity. I'm Brother Phoenix, Prince of Power Israelites, coming to you with another short lesson about refuting the One West Hebrew Israelism, some of the basic camp doctrine, some of the things that we say out here that we've been taught by, One West leaders or the original leader, whatever the case may be. These things have trickled down probably amongst all camps. Teach these things, and some camps have corrected these things. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the camps that corrected these things. But we need, if you made the correction, go give the correction. You know what I'm saying? Let's give the correction. And so when we have new people coming in, they're not just regurgitating them same mistakes that we were regurgitating. Now, the thing we're talking about today is, we will use, Gentiles were never given the law, so they can't sin, so they can't receive salvation. They don't need salvation because they never received the law. The law was only given to Israel. Okay, the law was only given to Israel, so they can't sin. So why would they need salvation? And then we would turn around, and maybe 30 minutes later, we'll be telling people, Revelations 18:4, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. So if we're saying that the her there is Babylon, the great whore, all right, the mystery Babylon, the harlot. If we saying these are the abominations of America, KKK. If this is what we're saying, then we're saying that the text is saying that she's sinning. Don't be partakers of her sins. So if she wasn't given no law, where are the sins? Let's look at Amos. We'll deal with all the judgments of these other nations. And it's saying that they transgression of, let's give our favorite, Edom. Verse 11, Amos 1:11, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4. What is going on there? Ammon, verse 13, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of the children of Ammon and for 4, I will not turn away my punishment thereof, because they have ripped up the women with child of Gilead, that might enlarge their border. Okay. Judgment on Moab. Thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions, for 4 I will not turn away. You can even go to Genesis. You go to Genesis 15 and 16. Genesis 15 and 16. It says, but in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. The sins of the Amorites have not reached its peak. All right, the sins of the Amorites have not reached its peak. So you see these folks are sinning, and they're being punished for their sins, for their transgressions, for their iniquities. All right, we also have to understand that Job, that there was a law before there was a law. You know what I'm saying? You receive a law written because there was already an oral law. All right. So they say, okay, well, the dummies couldn't keep the oral law, right? You know what I'm saying? They was mistake. Let me write it down for them this time. Let me write it down for them. Let a prophet take it down there to them. And so we have to understand, even in the story of Job, we know that Job, it was before the law. Job is before the law was given to Moses. It's before the Moses law, because we see Job actually sacrificing. All right. We see Job actually sacrificing. We see tithes given to Melchizedek, meaning there was a law already there. You know what I'm saying? He's already knew about this priesthood and how to deal with this certain individual. So we can't say that there was no law. Noah got off the boat. Okay. And he was given laws. He was given laws. He was given commandments. And anytime a prophet comes down, and there's laws even after, there's laws even after the law of Moses, right? When if the Most High is telling you, like he told Saul, man, you kill everybody, and then the people don't kill everybody. That's a commandment, man. You get punished for that. All right, and you get punished as a nation for that. When he tell you to do something, that's law. You need to go do that. When he's giving you a commandment to keep the charge, you have to do these things. And when he send a prophet to give you a message and tell you to do something, like Paul, all right, like Paul, then you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got to do it if it was sent from Samuel or if it was sent from Elijah. You got to do it. And so, no, this ain't a thing of if it was in if it ain't in the Torah, I ain't got to do it. That ain't how it works, man. I think we have to stop doing it, and we have to stop saying, ultimately, I just wanted this lesson to be about us saying that the other nations can't sin when we continually see precepts in the text where they facing judgment for their transgressions. We see their sins being built up, and that ultimately you understand that Israel was pretty much created, because Israel is a created nation, that the Most High created to be a whooping stick to those other nations initially. All right, because he had placed somebody, if it's a land of milk and honey, he already placed Canaan there. All right, he already had Canaan there. He already had these other nations, Hittites, and it was some Kenites, all kind of other nations that were there. And we had to go destroy all of these people and get these people out of the land. And one of those things that he hates the most is that passing those children through Moab. Passing those children through Moloch, through that fire. All right, that like the Most High, if you see that over and over again, man, when they start passing that kid through them fire, man, they like he punished them for that. He punished the other nations for doing that, and that was one of those things in Amos with Moab. I thought, with Ammon, them passing their children through that fire to Moloch. So we have to be understanding, man. Like, you know, we can't say that they can't sin and then say their sins, and then read the Revelations 4 right after that and say their sins have reached up into the heavens and they're going to get a double portion for their sins, and then tell them that, you know, y'all can't sin, y'all ain't getting no salvation. That don't make sense.